Okay, so sketching these curves, the first thing you've got to do is recognize the type of curve. So if you see x squared and y squared both there, then you know that that must be a circle. Alright, so let's just go through these four and identify what type of curves they are. So circle, the second one x cubed, so it's a cubic. C, we've got x squared, so it's a parabola. And the last one is also x squared, so it's a parabola. Alright, so going back to the first one, we've got a circle. What we know about a circle is that this number here is the radius squared. So if the radius squared is equal to 1, if I take the square root of that, that gives me the radius. So the square root of 1 is still 1. So what I need to draw for this one is a circle going through 1 on the x-axis, 1 on the y-axis, -1 on the x-axis, and -1 on the y-axis. So I'm just going to draw a circle. Okay, so something like that. And you just mark the intercepts as 1 and -1, 1 and -1. Alright, so a circle's actually not too tricky to draw. Okay, the next one, a cubic. So a cubic is always in this sort of shape. Alright, it's positive because it's 2x cubed, and the 2 just means that it's slightly steeper than just the x cubed. So if this curve was x cubed, say that's x cubed, then 2x cubed would just be a little bit steeper. Alright, if you want to plot a point on it, it doesn't matter what point you choose, you might just choose the value 1. If I put that into my x, it means I get 2 times 1 cubed. 1 cubed is 1, so 2 times 1 means that that point there would be the point 1, 2. Alright, so the main thing to remember is if there's a number in front here, then it just makes it slightly steeper. Okay, moving on to C. Alright, C, we have a parabola. Now, there's no need to factorize this. Normally with a parabola we often need to factorize it. But if I know that a parabola, x squared, just looks like this, then all that this -1's doing is shifting it down 1. Alright, so the -1 means it shifts it down 1. So what would that look like? So it means that my parabola has the same shape, but it's going through -1. Alright, so there's my parabola just shifted down 1. You should mark the x-intercepts. So the x-intercepts, remember to find x-intercepts, you let y equal 0. So if I let y equal 0, I've then got to solve the equation x squared minus 1 equals 0. To solve that, I can add 1, so 1 equals x squared, then take the square root, so x equals plus or minus 1. So that just means that my x-intercepts are at 1 and -1. Alright, okay, moving on to the fourth one. This is another parabola because it's x squared, so the x squared, but this negative in front means it's an upside down parabola or concave down parabola. So x squared normally normally goes through the origin and up, but since it's concave down, since it's concave down, then we'll be drawing it like this. Alright, its x and y intercepts are just through the origin. Again, I can mark a point on it if I want to. So if I again choose the point 1, when I substitute 1 into my equation, I get y equals -1 squared. I'm only squaring the 1 here, not the negative, because that's not part of the x. So I will get -1 as my answer. So that point there is the point 1, -1. Alright, so that's the first 4 done.